Alright, so I come up with a situation where us graphic designers often find ourselves in. It's a company has given us a really poor image as a graphic designer, and we have to kind of clean it up. Okay, and I'm going to be using this image right here, which is actually kind of broken up into different elements. We got an element over here, we got an element over here, and they're all floating on a different element. But what we need to do is recreate this logo, and that must be a vector. Okay, so how do we do that? Here's another part of the situation. We don't have any software whatsoever, no Adobe or anything like that. So we are a very poor company. We just have this image, and we're working for a multinational Delano, which is it's a funny situation. So we're going to download this. Now there's several free vector applications online. Here's one of them. This is called Vexity. The only thing I don't like about it doesn't have Boolean operations that I can find. So we can't add Booleans together. In other words, this shape and this shape are two different shapes, so we can't get a fill in between there. So I'm going to be using a thing called Vectr, V-E-C-T-R in this case. And this is a free application online. Okay, and we could start out by first bringing our image into here. You can do the upload image. Cool. And when I'm developing vectors, I like to kind of get this as big as I can. I'm holding shift, by the way, so it scales uniformly. And holding space, I can go and move this around. Okay, so there we go. That's as big as I can get it. Alright, and I have the pen tool. Before I get started, here's kind of the general situation. If I make a shape, okay, and then I take the pen tool and make another shape, okay, I can then take shape 1 and shape 2. I can put them together by holding shift and to highlight both of them carefully, just like that. And notice it has a subtract and a unite. So I can unite those shapes together. I can draw other shapes. Okay. And then I can grab those two, and then I can hit subtract if I wanted to. But you got to make sure that you highlight them. Sometimes it helps if you zoom in very far in order to do that. Now you'll notice that this is one shape, and it allows me to fill it if I wanted to. See? Easy as that. So that's the vector shape. So over here, you'll notice that's just a shape with a shape on the inside. I'll roughly do this and kind of show you. Now you can see why you're zoomed in. It really does help. Okay, so let's say I made a mistake and I need to edit this curve. I can do that. I can just move this out of the way. Bam, bam. And anywhere I click will add a new point. So I want to kind of avoid making too many paths. Nice. And again. Cool. And you can see if I make a mistake and I got too many paths in there, it'll start wrinkling up. Okay, so you can always get rid of paths. You can just right click and delete a path. You can also straighten it up using the rocker arm. Okay, again, if you wanted to combine these shapes together, you have this shape and this shape, and if you hold shift, this will pop up and you can hit subtract. Now it's one shape, just like that. Cool. Zoomed out enough, you'll notice that it doesn't show too much flaw, but you might want to remove the background out and kind of clean up the artwork as zoomed in as possible, like that little knot right there. So right there, I could maybe delete that. So this will take you some time. There's no doubt about it. This is not a quick and easy operation whatsoever, but it is one that often comes into our reality. Just keep zooming in and out until you get it. This is really nice. This one needs some work. This needs some work. This one's really nice. There's also some layer features in here and everything else, but for right now you don't need that. And when you export it, you can export it. Then you can go and export it as an SVG, is what you want, and hit download. Nice. Make sure that everything is showing up in the square that you want to export. In other words, you do not need this in the end. Alright, so that's how you reconstruct a logo using free software. This is a really good one, VECTR. You can use Inkscape or whatever, but this gives you the student operations at home if they don't have a computer that they have the ability to install software. Enjoy.